We're looking for somebody who's professional, who's got the right attitude.
Do you like working as a part of a team? Are you involved in team sports?
Someone who has strong mental fortitude.
Being adaptable, being flexible.
You have to be someone that has a lot of inner strength and initiative.
Honesty, integrity, you got character.
Have great ability to get along with others.
You need to be able to respect each other as firefighters. You need to be able to respect your officers.
I think above all, you have to be selfless.
You know, if you're answering yes to those questions, this is a great job for you.
There's a lot of things that women are doing in their everyday life that they don't realize is part of the fire service.
It is a challenging profession, both mentally and physically, and that's one of the reasons that I chose it.
You just never really know what you're going to get when you go on a call.
The nature of the job is you need to go from 0 to 60 in a split second and be able to respond.
70% of our calls are medical calls, so that's a huge percentage of it.
I could come into work and just go on a couple routine medical aid calls. We could be delivering a baby.
From there, you might go to a structure fire. Now you need to be able to put on all the equipment, be able to climb up the stairs, open the roof, do a lot of the mechanical things that are required of a firefighter.
We could be going to a boat fire. We could be rescuing somebody off the cliff. We can run into hazardous materials situations, traffic accidents.
And then from there, you could even end up on a brush fire. You need to be able to be physically fit and have the endurance because those events can last for a very long time.
From day one, when you enter the Firefighter Academy, all the way up throughout your career, you're going to be given orders, and you're expected to follow those orders.
The fire service is set up very much like the Army or the Air Force, with different ranks, and each rank has a very specific job to do.
As probationary firefighter, your role here is to soak in as much information as you possibly can because there's a lot of people that are senior to you that have a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge.
The firefighter role is a very hands-on position. You're going to follow the orders of your company officer, and you get to work the tools. So if it's fire attack, you're going to be on the nozzle, you're going to be throwing the ladders. If it's an auto accident and you have a patient trapped, you're going to be working the extrication tools. On a medical call, you're going to be bringing in all the EMS gear and you'll have patient contact.
As an engineer, you are basically the driver of the apparatus. You're responsible for getting the crew and the equipment to the scene safely. You're responsible for establishing a water supply. You will be expected to get your gear on and actually go into the fire and fight fire as well. As a paramedic, I'm responsible for doing a complete patient assessment, determining what the patient needs, and then to administering whatever medication that our protocols has in place for us to assist the patient, whatever their needs are.
As a captain, I am the direct link. I see myself is between the chief officers and my firefighters. The number one priority for me personally is to make sure my crew go home to their families safely.
As fire chief, I'm basically responsible for the operational readiness of the entire fire department. It's all about working with my senior staff for budget, personnel issues, fleet, facilities, training needs. But my heart's really out in the fire station, responding with my crews, and any chance I get to do that, that's where I really like to get out and be with the crews.
People think that fighting fire or being firefighter is all about, running calls, and that is an aspect of our job, but we also have a lot of routine things that we do in a day. After the morning muster, I start station maintenance.
We live here 24 hours a day, so you got to clean the bathrooms and vacuum, and you get everything kind of squared away. Probably the funnest thing you do is you cook together.
So as a crew, we go down and we do our shopping. We get food for lunch and dinner, and it's also an opportunity to talk with the community, hand out stickers, that kind of thing. We have a time set aside every day for us to lift weights and work on our cardiovascular strength.
On a daily basis, we spend about 2 hours training. To some extent, sometimes it's just a chalkboard drill, and then also we're out there physically training.
There's so much that we do. You can't just learn it once, so we're always having to retrain and remind ourselves on the different equipment and the medical skills.
We're called on, and we're expected to jump and know exactly what to do and be assured that our equipment is ready to use and that we know how to use it.
You're in a station with crew members for 24 hours. You get to learn each other's personalities, their likes, their dislikes. We try to be there for one another like you would a family.
The fire service itself is a family. Our job is to take care of you and help you be successful, and part of that is being sensitive to the fact that we support families.
And women become pregnant, have their children, come back and work in the ranks, and have a perfectly normal career ahead of them.
I've been a firefighter for 17 years. I am currently 37 weeks pregnant. So since September, I've been on light duty. And in August, I plan to come back full-time on the rig as the engine company captain, front line, be able to go back and do my job.
With this job, it's almost like you know when it's right for you. It just keeps pulling you in.
Firefighting is something you are even remotely interested in. Start looking into it early.
You have a road, there's a process involved, and it can be challenging to stay that course.
Go to a junior college and take a fire tech class and just see, is this something that I'm maybe interested in?
If you have a foundation in math or science, computer courses, you have reading and writing skills, that's really the foundation to get off on the right foot as a firefighter.
Take a basic EMT course because that will kind of enlighten you and give you an idea of what you expect to see on the medical side of it.
Get involved with your local fire department. Most fire departments have a reserve program.
Do a ride-along, kind of get a feel for what the station life is like, see what it's like to go Code 3 and go into a situation and help somebody.
Get involved in weight training. Get yourself physically fit and prepared to do this job for a long time.
Candidate Physical Abilities Test, or CPAT, is really tough.
The agility course had different tasks that simulated physical tasks that we do here daily on our job.
If a candidate comes through and they've passed that and they have the certification, that it actually gives them an edge in the interview process because we know they're physically fit, we know they're ready to go, we know that they can do the job.
I encourage you to give fire service a try. It is the most rewarding profession out there.
Helping people, knowing that you can make a difference in someone's life.
I come on scene and maybe I'm only there for a short amount of time, but I do whatever I can to make that person's day better.
And to go home and know that you've helped someone, it brings a smile to my face every day.
It's also rewarding to work with my coworkers. It's a fun environment, it's a team environment. Accomplishing something as a team is something that's always been a highlight for me.
It's also rewarding as a supervisor here to know that we do train very hard and to know that everyone's going to go home the next morning and be safe and sound and go home to their families.
If you've ever dreamed of being a firefighter, go for it. It's a great job and nothing should stop you.
This is a job for females to be a part of. There's a lot of different aspects to it. Don't be intimidated. You can do it. If you put your mind to it, it's something that you can do.